reports ended here, then they disappeared. There are places people avoid after dark, not because of stories, but because something happened there. Deep inside an isolated forest, a narrow road cuts through miles of trees and fog. Locals say the mist appears without warning. No weather report predicts it. No pattern explains it. And every time it comes, someone disappears. At first, people treated the stories like urban legends. Drivers claimed they saw shadows inside the fog. Hikers reported hearing footsteps behind them. Some even said the mist moved against the wind. But no one took it seriously until 3 people vanished on the same night. They were last seen driving through the forest shortly after midnight. Their phone signals disappeared minutes later. No emergency call, no crash, no sound, just silence. When investigators arrived the next morning, their vehicle was still there. The engine was cold, the doors were open, and muddy footprints led away from the road, straight into the mist-covered trees. But something about the footprints made no sense. They suddenly stopped, as if the people simply vanished in the middle of the road. No return tracks, no struggle, nothing, only fog. Search teams entered the forest before sunrise. At first, they expected to find injured hikers nearby, but the deeper they walked, the stranger the environment became. The fog was unnaturally dense. Flashlights barely reached a few meters ahead. Sound behaved strangely there. Footsteps echoed in the wrong direction. Voices sounded distant, even when people stood nearby. Several volunteers later claimed they felt like they were being watched the entire time. Then the first disturbing detail appeared. One of the search members discovered another set of footprints, barefoot, fresh, but they did not belong to any missing person. The tracks circled around the road repeatedly, then disappeared near the trees. No one could explain where they came from. Hours later, a rescue dog suddenly refused to continue forward. Witnesses said the animal began growling at the fog itself. Then it backed away. That same afternoon, one volunteer radioed the team in panic. He claimed he saw a human figure standing inside the mist, perfectly still, watching him. By the time others reached him, the figure was gone, but the volunteer refused to continue the search. He later described the figure with one sentence: "It looked like it wasn't fully there." After sunset, the search operation was suspended, not because they found danger, but because nobody wanted to enter the fog again. Days passed. No bodies were ever recovered, but the reports continued. Drivers crossing the road at night began seeing shapes moving inside the mist. Some described human silhouettes. Others claimed they heard breathing near their windows. One truck driver later told investigators that his headlights briefly revealed 3 people standing in the middle of the road, completely motionless. When he slammed the brakes, the figures vanished into the fog. But the most disturbing event happened weeks later. A local photographer entered the forest hoping to document the area. He carried a camera, a flashlight, and a GPS tracker. The tracker stopped transmitting after 19 minutes, but his camera was eventually found beside the road, still recording. Most of the footage showed only darkness and fog until the final seconds. The camera captured a blurry silhouette standing ahead in the mist. Then another figure slowly appeared behind it. Then another. The photographer began breathing heavily. He whispered something investigators could never fully understand. Then the flashlight beam suddenly turned away. The footage shook violently, and the video ended. The photographer was never found. Neither was anyone else who entered the fog alone after that night. Today, the forest road still exists. The warning signs remain there. Most people avoid it after sunset, but every few years, new reports begin appearing again. Drivers stopping their cars in panic, strange silhouettes captured through foggy windshields, footprints appearing on empty roads, then ending suddenly. Some believe the disappearances were caused by extreme weather. Others think panic and isolation created hallucinations, but the people living nearby disagree because they all describe the same thing. The mist does not feel natural. They say it moves with intention, like it is searching, waiting, and according to local stories, once the fog surrounds you, it becomes almost impossible to know which direction leads out. People walk in circles, sounds disappear, and eventually, the forest becomes silent again. No bodies, no answers, only another missing person report. And somewhere deep inside the trees, the mist still waits. No bodies, no answers, only the mist.